Welcome to the exciting rebirth of Superstar, featuring choose your membership rate as low as just $3 a month. At Superstar, you get expanded, exclusive videoscopes each and every week, unlimited access to special horoscopes, class passes for Synchronicity University, consultations with me, and so much more. All of this in the Superstar space. I look forward to meeting you there. Hello, fabulous Superstar Libra. Welcome to your horoscope for the month of January 2021. I am your astrologer, Nadiya Shah. Thank you for being here. It is a remarkable astrological month, without a doubt. As we begin the month, we are still working with the energy of the full moon that ended last month, thereby ending last year. And so in many ways, you are looking up, you're looking high, you are considering matters of destiny and legacy. But as we navigate further into the month, the energy will start to turn inward and become more private. There is a new moon that is taking place on the 13th of this month. And that is happening at the very foundation of your chart, the bottom of your sky. A part of the sky that has to do with the home. It has to do with family of origin. It has to do with the things that you work on in your own time and space. It has to do with your understanding of your past and your ancestors as well. Well, this new moon will be happening hand in hand with Pluto. That in and of itself brings with it a certain intensity. But we do have a harmonious alignment playing out between this new moon and Neptune, currently moving through a part of the sky for you that has to do with your daily life. So for some of you, this may be an opportunity to expand your ability to work at home or with homes. In fact, I would say if that is your situation, this can represent a sense of fresh possibilities, new opportunities, and a real sense of focus with you now to make the most of the things that you work on in your own time and space. And this new moon can represent a whole lot of busyness. That may be part of the intensity. But outside of that, this particular new moon can speak to you needing to consider your living situation or the space you live in, whether you want to change your space in some way, or buying, selling, moving, new roommate. These types of situations can arise at this time. But here's the thing. Pluto isn't always the easiest energy to address. And I'm sorry to say, but sometimes what can happen here is some rather intense experiences that don't always feel comfortable, but do invite us to consider our own energy and our own opportunities. Invite us to focus and transform our circumstances for the better. And so surrender, a really good idea at this time. Understanding that new possibilities may show up, and you will come to understand, sometimes based on your own intuition, but sometimes also based on external circumstances, which way in which you're meant to go. Now, this part of the sky having to do with your family of origin, you may feel as if you are called home in some way. It may be that there is a strong desire at this time to spend time with your family of origin, your parents in particular. It is also possible at this time that you are looking more deeply at matters having to do with your own past and doing the work, the sometimes difficult work that forgiveness can sometimes ask. Remember, in its higher understanding, Pluto can represent meaningful transformation. However, when it isn't necessarily so enlightened, this energy can be difficult because our experiences with our family of origin, and again, our parents in particular, where that applies, well, they can be wrought with all kinds of emotions and emotional strings. And if it is that you know that you have family dynamics that are difficult, some of that may show up at this time. And so again, I'm sorry to say that, but the opportunity is still here for you to transform the energy, if only for yourself, but also in a real way. You could transform dynamics within your family of origin in a way that helps you to feel strong within you. Now, as we navigate further, it is going to be on the 28th of the month that we will have this month's full moon. And this full moon is taking place in a part of the sky that has to do with friendship and group alliances. The hopes and wishes and aspirations you have for your life are covered here as well. Now, here's the thing. This particular full moon is speaking in a conversation of tension with Uranus. So you are one of the signs who really should not mix friends and money. It should not be the case that you want to become a member of something, but you have to invest a whole lot. That's where the energy gets complicated. And even if it's just a friend, where it is that you're even just being given advice, financial advice, but perhaps asking to help. If you have it to give, that's great. But just know things will get complicated very quickly. But there's another layer of understanding with this energy, and that is the truth. Getting to the nitty-gritty about particular dynamics where they ask for a whole lot and perhaps very much by surprise. And it could be some truth that is revealed to you about a particular dynamic now that feels quite surprising. But Jupiter is also across the sky from this particular full moon. And Jupiter is moving through a part of the sky for you that has to do with what the heart truly wants. It has to do with being honest with yourself of the desires of your heart in every area of life. It invites you to be confident and invites you to give love and to bring love. Now, of course, there are ways to give love that allow you to keep love for self at the forefront and respect for self at the forefront. And then there are ways and moments that genuinely ask for you to give. There is a balance here, and you'll be asked to find that balance under a sky like this. So for some of you, this may play out in terms of friendships, where those dynamics can feel especially intense, or it may be very quickly you're having to give energy or attention to a friend. It could be that a friend wants to spill their guts to you, for lack of a more eloquent way of putting it, and share a lot, and a part of you isn't really sure then what to do with that information. Again, it's always up to you to decide in light of your unique circumstances the best choices for you. But this is about the truth coming out. And sometimes it isn't that someone tells you something directly about themselves, but that you learn something outside of that that makes you look at particular people differently. And from there, you get to decide if you want to do anything at all about it. And that may be true for information you learn about a friend, but also related to a group dynamic. Now, if it is that you're involved in a group dynamic, let's say professionally, for example, well, this may be a time where either you're feeling like you're having to give a whole lot, you're having to dig very deep within to pull up some reserves to continue to participate in a particular group endeavor. But it may also be the case that you start seeing your participation differently in some way. And that really could be a moment that changes things for you dramatically. So sometimes you decide that your role has to be different. Maybe you take on more responsibility. But sometimes you may decide that maybe a particular group dynamic or group endeavor isn't for you and you're ready to go in a different direction. Now, regardless, remember, whatever does happen, it seems to be moving very quickly. But ultimately, the power resides in what is happening with heart and what it is that you truly want in your heart of hearts. Now, where it comes to matters of love, it is going to be about a week into the month that Venus is going to move into the foundation of your chart, the bottom of your sky, having to do with home, but also having to do with your past. And so love and the past become intricately tied. We do have this very powerful romantic energy playing out thanks to Jupiter and even Saturn. So it does look like there is a lot of activity happening in matters of heart. And I did speak about that at length in the Jupiter special horoscope. But for now, I want to focus more on how it is that the past is going to beckon you. And I bring this up because it isn't just about what's happening this month, but in many ways, the sky now is going to speak to the sky as we finish off the year and even move into next year as well. Pay attention to what is happening while Venus moves through the foundation of your chart, because it will be at the end of the year that Venus will go retrograde in the same part of the sky, and we are going to carry that Venus retrograde into next year. And so whatever is transpiring now, chances are it isn't going to be limited to just one moment or one circumstance, but rather it will come up again for your consideration as we navigate late into the year. This is about the past coming into the present, or you understanding the past differently. So for those of you open to meeting someone new, if anybody is likely to find themselves very surprisingly reconnecting with someone from their past, it certainly is you, especially in the middle of the month when Venus makes a gorgeous alignment with Uranus. However, Things will get honest before the month is even over once Venus meets Pluto in the sky. And this is going to be an opportunity for you to consider where you've been in love and how it contributes to where you are today. For those of you who've just started to date somebody, this is about learning about their past, or perhaps them learning about your past. And that can bring with it a variety of feelings. So at first, and especially mid-month, it looks to be very delightful. But then you may start to understand how complicated and complex things really are, especially as you navigate later into the month. And it may even be the case that some of what you learn could end up being a deal breaker for you. And for those of you in an established bond, especially if it is that you live with this person or you'd like to live with this person, that is going to come into focus in a very powerful way now. If you already do live with your partner, there is going to be some sense of either negotiation or reconsideration around your living situation in some way. But for all that, this energy ultimately invites the two of you to root yourselves more strongly and to be more at home with each other. What I love about this month for you, well, look, there's a lot here. It is an active astrological month and an important astrological month at that. But for all that, there's also the real promise here of movement and of excitement. Yes, as we begin the month, you have a lot of ambition with you. Chances are tangible opportunity. But ultimately, you're going to be asked to go within and to look at what is happening with you, to find a deeper sense of home within your body, within your skin, and to find a sense of inner security. And from that space and place, you're able to then go out into the world and connect, and in some cases reconnect, in a way that is more well-rooted in what you know to be truly good about you. Well, thank you so much for watching. You can get a video like this every single week in the brand new Superstar space at NadiyaShahSuperstars.com. Featuring choose your membership rate as low as just $3 a month. You can get expanded exclusive video scopes for each and every sign each and every week, and so much more. All of this in the Superstar space. I hope you'll check it out, and I look forward to meeting you there. It'll be a great month. Enjoy.